Hi friends, it's Amy Tangerine. Happy New Year. I am here in the studio with my new planner. I am excited to share with you two things that I have loved doing for many years that have made a huge impact on my life in positive ways. In fact, they've been life-changing. The two things are intertwined, and they are crafting your vision and intention setting in your journal or planner. Basically, a mini vision board that fits into whatever tool or book or notebook you're using that is helping you stay organized, creative, and aligned with your goals. This allows you to live your best creative life. I believe that this is something we all have access to, no matter where you are in your life, what season you're in, if you're new to creative journaling or planning, or if this is something that you've been doing for years. This is something that comes from within and shows up onto the pages if we are willing to show up for ourselves. Let's start by recognizing that sometimes the hardest step to take in a new, fresh notebook or planner is making the first mark and putting your pen to paper. I've got my Tombow Funosuke and I'm writing my name very simply, but also concentrating on not messing up. I think I read something funny a few years ago about how you should just mess up the first page in any notebook so you can feel free and not stifled to create. This is what we are going to be filling up with our passions, visions, goals, dreams, essentially crafting your vision and setting your intentions. I'll be using some of my sticker collaboration with the sticker party that just launched. Erica at the sticker party is so sweet and wants to extend a 10% discount off through the end of January using the code Hello 2023 for your order of any of our collections together, which there have been two of them. These stickers are so fun. I love how they feel. They're matte and they are wonderful to use. I'll be using these and you can use anything that you have. I highly recommend using your supplies. You don't have to use exactly what I am to make these pages possible. I do love the fact that these stickers are colorful, they're vibrant, they are perfect for planners and for any notebooks that you're using. So it's really up to you to play with them and see how you want to incorporate them into your notebooks. If there are any sayings that are really resonating with you, leave them in the comments below. Even if they're not something you see, but maybe while you're doing this practice, if they come to you, I would love to consider them for a possible sticker design in the future. All right, so if you are using the same planner that I have, which is the Archer and Olive collaboration, then you'll notice that there are two pages and they say vision, intentions, dreams, passions, goals, results. And I'm going to be jumping around here, but I really want you to think about the results that you want to have in your life. How do you want to feel at the end of this year or throughout this year, actually? So it's not about the end result necessarily, but it's more of a journey on how you want to feel. How do you want to prioritize what is going to happen? And what kind of goals, hopes, dreams do you have for yourself, for your family, for your business, anything that you want? One of the things that I really want to have happen this year and also for the rest of my life, to be honest, is the best health and wellness. And I also want to recognize that I can lean into what I love. That's my passion, right? I love sharing these videos. I love sharing this process. I love finding my flow. Flow was my one little word last year and it served me really well. I believe that we can all find our flow through creative practices. And by taking the time to set these intentions, I'm putting the little piece that I cut off at the bottom there. And by setting our creative intentions, we're able to then explore, embrace, evolve, and enjoy our lives, and we can grow through what we go through. So here is how it's looking so far with the foundation of stickers. I'm seeing if I want to throw a couple of these in too. Now, whatever supplies you are using, you can incorporate however you would like. And if you're using magazine cutouts, if you're just using pen and paper, if you're using some old favorite supplies, that's great. I want to encourage you to do what works for you. There aren't any rules, except I highly recommend not leaving this blank in your book, because if you have stickers that are just begging to be used, this is a set from the Happy Planner that I've had for a little while now. You'll see that there is a clear sticker here. Adventure is calling and I must go. So that feels like this is a dream, which I don't know about you, but a lot of these categories actually feel very similar. So really it's up to you to decipher the meaning behind it for what your intentions are, and maybe how they differ, or maybe they don't differ from your goals, right? I think they're very intertwined, as is this whole system that I'm showing you. It's not really a system, it's a practice that I have incorporated in bullet journals, even before when I was doing these wire-bound notebooks that had plain pages inside. And I was creating my own bullet journal without realizing what it was back in, I think, 2006? No, I think even before that. I believe I started in 2003 or 4. And so it was a long time ago, over 20 years ago, that I have been planning on paper in this creative journaling type of format. And now I'm doing it more intentionally, and have found that my life looks a lot and feels a lot like I want it to, the way I dream it up. So I'm putting beach house here because, I think it's a dream of a lot of people's to have financial freedom and maybe to have a beach house. I think it's not probably going to happen in 2023, but I also don't want to block any blessings. This is something that I wrote in a different journal about how sometimes we get in our own way of the potential to live beautifully, and we limit ourselves. And so instead of doing that, I believe that we can create our personal paradise now, in the now, and also build towards a future that's brighter than we could have ever imagined. So here I'm putting as one of my goals is work that doesn't look like work at all. This is from a magazine, I'm not sure which one, but if you go through catalogs, mailers, we happen to get the Sunday New York Times. We also subscribe to about 3 or 4 magazines too. But I really think that you can find these words wherever you want. I mean, whether they're within yourself or there's plenty of printables that people are making. I think that we should be bursting with excitement and ideas, and also using our supplies that we find and see. This Shine Bright was actually, I think, on a postcard from a mailer from a skincare company. So you can find these things, but you can also take your favorite pen and write down what you want. So I think that even if we are hoping that our results end up with many moments of happiness and connection, we can do that and make room for ourselves to feel abundant, which is why I have that other series going, Monthly Abundance, or Mapping Abundance. Wait, what's it called? Making Abundance Possible. Sorry about that. We went through a lot of different variations to figure out the best name for it. And another thing I want to remind you is while you're watching this process, if something comes to you and it doesn't seem like it's something that you can access. Maybe my intention is start a new book, which means not reading a new book. It means I am going to, I made a big mistake here because I was listening to a podcast. So I'm taking this Posca marker to try to white it out because I ended up writing the word that was heard instead of what I meant to write. Does that ever happen to you? Anyway, I'll fix that later after the Posca pen dries. I was really too lazy to get up to look for my whiteout. So the Posca pen isn't drying as white as I would like, but that's okay because we have to go through these creative processes and make mistakes, explore, learn, and embrace these little accidents that tend to happen when we are in flow. Oops, there's another accident where the marker has leaked all over my fingers. And that's okay because that's what's just going to happen when we use our supplies. I'm going to cover this up with this everyday life sticker and then add the journaling over here, which is what I wanted to say was deep connections, spending time with the people I love, doing what we love in the places we love. And here I wrote down more peace and much less stress. But why am I limiting myself to that? Why don't I just say no stress? I know it might not feel possible because there are things in life that add to your stress, but I'm going to try for more peace, no stress. Coming back to that later to show you how I finish it up, I wanted to also share how I'm doing the opening pages of this planner. I love the fact that we can embrace this idea of infinite inspiration. Anytime you have a new notebook or a new planner, it's inviting so many possibilities. So I'm just putting down these stickers and adding to it wherever I feel. I love cutting stickers in the middle and having them go across both pages. And then in the white space here, I'll just fill it in as I go about the month of January. One thing I did want to do is cover up last year's dates because the first was on a Sunday this year. I didn't want to have a repeat of the end of last year in this planner since I already did that in last year's. I've got this happiness magazine pullout and my friend Jill DeHaan actually did the artwork for it. So I'm cutting it so that I can cover up most of the week. And this goes along the lines of crafting the vision because I want to find happiness and feel happiness throughout this year. And I love the way this looks across the pages. So I'm making sure that the adhesive is as close to the spine as possible and laying it out and sticking it down. Then I'll flip it over and add more adhesive at the top, the edge, the bottom, as well as a little bit throughout the middle. And fold that over, lay it flat, and press it down. If you have magazines that you want to use, catalogs, if you want to draw, doodle, print something out from Pinterest and add it, whatever you want to do, however you want to fill up the pages of your book with positivity, light, and things that bring you joy. Taking these scissors and just trimming off the excess magazine overhang so that it can align with the pages and look really nice as a base. Over here, I'm going to add some paint to cover up that bottom part so I can lay some more stickers down, washi tapes, whatever I feel will fill up the space in a fun and happy way. What kind of life do you envision living? Do you believe that you deserve everything you desire, or are you getting in your own way? Are you doubting yourself when you should be letting go instead of holding on to what no longer serves you? Letting go can be hard, trust me. I am trying to let go of a studio that is falling apart. More on that later. But clarifying what you want to keep in your life is really important. We have to prioritize ourselves and what lights us up. Painting, crafting, using your favorite supplies like washi tapes, and leaning into what you love is a beautiful way to take care of yourself, your well being, and those around you. You want to be able to show up as the best version of you for those you love and who love you. Hopefully you can glean some inspiration from this video and make this a practice for yourself soon by creating a visual representation of the goals and aspirations you have for your life and combining them with intentions that are aligned with your values can be incredibly supportive in crafting your vision and making things happen. Thanks as always for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave any questions or comments below. I'd love to hear from you. What is one of your visions or intentions that you'd like to share? Let me know. One of my big goals is to undertake the studio renovation and to navigate it with grace. Also, to continue to live fully the length and width of this amazing life. Until next time, Tangerines.